I'm here at the Property Portal Watch conference with Cyril from Zoopla, so thank you very much for coming to the conference and very much for presenting yesterday about what Zoopla is doing. What was fascinating about your presentation yesterday was it's about the consumer journey.
Yes.
Now, can you tell us a bit about some of the findings you've had when you've looked at that consumer journey?
So we found a lot more complexity than we expected. I think all of us at some point we rent a house or we buy a property and we experience some of that difficulty, some of those challenges. What was fascinating was to look at what everybody else is experiencing and the sort of things that can go wrong, for instance, when you have a very complex chain like we do in the UK or any other issue with surveyors. So it was fascinating understanding all that complexity end to end.
Okay, then by looking at that end-to-end complexity from the beginning of the search process right through to the moving in and ongoing management of a property from a rental or a for sale perspective, and mapping out that process and with these key learnings, how does that then transition into action for Zoopla? What is it that you've then done around that to start to fill in some of these opportunities that you've identified?
So what we've discovered is that if you focus on the user journey end to end, you actually can improve the KPIs of the core business. So it's not about diversification, it's not about monetizing all the steps prior to the search and after the search, but it's essentially supporting the user, helping them to go through that journey. It actually improves engagement, it improves conversion rate. Surprisingly, it's not something that we expected, it's something we discovered a little bit by we're surprised by those numbers. And it also improves other metrics, like for instance the percentage of users who are logged in. So we're building an experience where the user is guided, has tips, has advice, and has also tools that allow them to know where they're at to stay on top of whatever changes.
Okay, so as you roll these tools out, I guess one of the challenges is getting users to adopt the tools.
Yes.
I think traditionally they'll know Zoopla as being the place to search for property.
Yep.
And they'll know about USwitch, for example, as the place for comparisons. Yeah. And they, because you acquired USwitch, so you've got two different audiences that have sort of come. Mm-hmm. How do you then sort of bring those audiences together? Are you using apps or technology to start to stitch this whole process together?
So a lot of the experiments that we're doing on the app, the purpose is to roll them over to the web if they are successful. Mm-hmm. What we found is that when you want to help the user and if you want to monetize, because that is still part of the picture, yeah, then you can't really go with everything you've got at the user with everything at one point. You have to phase. You have to understand where the user is, what do they need at that point in time, present that message, and then move on, but not be pushy, not be in your face, but more a subtle suggestion about something that might be useful to them.
No, it's fascinating, and when you look at a lot of the conversations that occur at the conference, Zoopla is always held up as an organisation that's doing a lot of very interesting and innovative things. So congratulations, and well done, and thank you very much for coming to the conference.
Thanks a lot.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.